Hi everyone, this is Dan from Headphone.org, and I'm happy to say that this year I actually managed to attend the high-end audio show from München. And I've been trying to do so since 10 years ago, but this is the first time I actually managed to attend. I've been in the past to CanJam, but I must say that this time was actually a little bit overwhelming for me because the size of this event is considerably much bigger. And I- Being the first time there and considering the size of the event, I have to admit that I was not well organized. But the next years I plan to do a much better coverage of the event. This year I didn't manage to hear everything that I wanted to hear, especially in the speaker sections. In the headphone section, I actually kind of managed to hear most of the things that I planned to hear. In terms of coverage, next year I will try to actually do live videos from the show. This year I will do a very low quality production video that will cover my thoughts on the event and what I heard there. It was very nice to meet all these wonderful people. It was nice to see a rounded community, people that are willing to share their opinions, their thoughts, and experience. This was actually one of the most important things in any hobby, and I must say that I was impressed about related to the people that I actually managed to meet at the high-end audio show in München. I will do a couple of videos on terms of what I covered. Bear in mind that I did not manage to cover everything, so if you don't see anything, if you don't see something that you like here, that doesn't mean I did not like it. I might not have actually managed to go to listen to that room or that product. Um, I will start with the headphone section first because this is headmania.org, and I am very much into speakers as well, but I still love headphones as well, and I actually managed to hear most of the things I wanted to from headphones, so I will start with that. In terms of um, first chosen here to start with, I will go with Meze. And why? Because I loved their booth, and I might say it was the best booth and the best organized booth I have seen at München in terms of headphones. It was besides the wonderful people from Meze that are always wanting to help and give you any information that you want to. Um, the booth was amazing because it was really nicely organized. It was a separate booth that you can go inside and listen to variety of headphones from Meze on a variety of different systems, very good systems, in a quieter place. And not all of the manufacturer had this. And actually, this was the best, the biggest, and the best one I've seen in all the show. And this was amazing. And if you want to see a little bit how it looks inside, this is it. You can see here the systems, different types of systems that you can actually listen to a variety of types of headphones from Meze. It was quiet, it was well organized, the system were well chosen, the matching were nice, were good for the headphones, and I liked everything about it. In terms of let's look a little bit on the headphones themselves. This is the Elite. I'm not going to talk a lot about the sound because I have a separate review on the Elites and the Empyreans. But this is about the looks here, and that I love the looks, the new looks that they have given to the Elite. This is another variation for the Elite. This is one of the best headphone systems that I've heard in München, and not only in München. This is the Rogna Wave Dream. Yeah, I think it was it was not the signature, but it was amazing as well. And that's the latest headphone amplifier from UA Audio. And The matching was amazing. The system was actually really good. I mean, natural, detailed. The soundstage was amazing. The vocals were amazing. Everything was very good putting together, and actually, I would call the sound realistic. It was close to reality. It was actually like listening to your favorite band in your right in the front row. So this was actually one of the best systems that I've ever heard. Um, these are the headphone, the lyric headphones. I actually own them and I love them. And the fact is that I wanted to do a review about them for a while now, but I didn't have time, and I will probably try to do so soon. Um, these headphones are closed, but in terms of soundstage and how they sound, they have managed to do an incredible achievement here, because they sound open, they sound engaging, they sound fun, detailed, and natural. And I would say that you actually get a mini elite. So you basically get a mini elite headphones, but closed. And I use them a lot actually, both for when I go to work or when I want to listen to portable music. I have my separate DAP, or even when I listen to the big system as well, because they sound a little bit different than the elites. They're a little bit more bass oriented, and they're a little bit more fun. And I just love the headphones. I mean, one of the best, if not the best, close headphones that I heard, and top one of the top headphones that I've heard. So I would definitely recommend you to listen to these headphones. This is another setup that I had based on the DCS, and again, this was the setup, the booth. I loved it a lot. Not to say that, look at the booth itself. It was actually right in front of the entrance from hall 4, hall 1, and it was in front. You see that they had some other headphones that you can listen to, including the in-ears from them from Meze. And the service from Meze was amazing as well. I like that a lot. You can see here some of the in-ear headphones. I listen to them as well. Good headphones, but I need more time to understand how they sound to make a big impression on them. This is actually the 109 from, but in a different booth. It was a Felkis Audio with their entry-level amplifier. And I must say that this combo was really pleasing for me, because the 109 Pro, I think they're a little bit more bright, and this was actually making them sound natural and reduce a little bit of the brightness and give some magic to the 109 Pros. I like that this combo a lot. It's the Echo MK2 from Felkis Audio, and the München audio show was actually closed by an event with Aldi Meola, who came to the booth and taking some autographs, but also some gifts from Meze and other companies. And I really liked the vibe of Aldi Meola. He seemed generally pleased to be there, and as you can see, he received the beautiful red headphones from Meze, the Elites, and enjoying the moment. So as you can see, this was the booth that took a lot of the attention from the show, and for a good reason. Let's switch to the next one that was actually a very interesting surprise for me. I'm talking about ZMS headphones. I've been trying to get to listen to these headphones for many years now. They don't have a distributor in Romania and nothing close. So it was a pleasure to finally get my ears on them, let's say. And I read a lot of good things about them, and I need to say that they did not disappoint at all. I actually loved all of their headphones, even if they had different sound flavors. Um, and you can see here that they had a variety of headphones that you could try there. You can try the Calderas, you can try the Verite closed open, the Atrium closed and open, and but I think my favorite is the Caldera from ZMF. Um, it's like it's their first planner, but very good, very engaging, very musical, and not giving up on technicalities. So I would need more time with them to actually do a review, but I really enjoyed the sound. This was the another surprise here, but the first time I listened to this amplifier was at their ZMF booth with their headphones. I must say it was the best amplifier that they had there, and one of the best that I had at the show. It's called Envy from Felkis Audio. I'm gonna talk about it more, but Zach was actually a pleasure to meet. He was a really good guy. He is a really good guy, and easy to approach. He was really engaged, and I can see his passion. I mean, one of the most passionate people I've met in München. And you can actually see this if you listen and put your hands on his products. They're just the build quality, the finishing, the sound, the product altogether is amazing, and I understood why when talking to Zach. This is the driver from the Atrium, I believe. Again, Zach. Sander from Sound News listening to, I believe, the Atrium's closed. Now the Verite closed. Me listening to Caldera. And two friends from my audiophile group being happy at the ZMF booth. And if I look at and listen to each of his headphones, I would say that each of them has a different flavor. All have important common thing, and it's related to musicality. I mean, these headphones are really a pleasure to listen to. They have different flavors, of course, but it pretty much will depend on your preferences as well in terms of sound. But I would say that they all deserve a listen. And I'm really happy that I finally managed to listen to his headphones, and I managed to that I wanted to try for many years. Let's go back, and I would go next with Odyssey, which, I'm a big fan of Odyssey, and I actually started my passion or my writing on Headmania with a review on Odyssey LCD2. So I like their booth a lot. I would have enjoyed it more if they had a separate booth where you can listen in a quiet environment. They did not have that. But what I heard there was really nice. And I will start with the one of their products that was released recently, and it's not necessarily only an audiophile product. I'm talking about the Odyssey Maxwell. I heard about it, and I actually wanted to try it, but the dealer in Romania did not have it on stock yet. But this is the first time, and this is the first time I actually managed to hear it. And they had two setups there, one for movies and one for games. And first of all, these are wireless headphones. And when I put my hands on them, I was really impressed because the build quality I did not expect that build quality from less than $400 headphones. It's the build quality is actually really good. It's the material are really good, well put together. You have some metal there, you have some really good quality plastic, and it feels high quality. When you put it on your head, also I noticed that it's quite comfortable. And I tried movies and well, what they had there with movies and gaming, and I was really impressed with them. I mean, I will definitely buy one for myself because I'm also playing games from time to time. And while I do have speakers, Martin Logan's, I don't always have the luxury of using them when I watch my movies because a lot of times when I watch my movies, my kids are asleep. So this will be a very good alternative, especially from the 3D sound effect, which I enjoyed a lot. My system is actually stereo with the speakers, but with this you get some really nice 3D sound. Um, then I actually heard the M500 on Chord Dave, and it was really interesting sound. I mean, neutral, engaging, detailed. I will actually try to listen to them more, but they impressed me a lot. And this is one of another surprises for me at the show, and I would call. I listened to LCD3 on the stack, on the May stack. It's Hollow May, and they also had the Hollow Bliss amplifier. And LCD3. I started with LCD3. I realized I realized that actually, that I owned LCD3 at one point, but the first version. This is probably third, fourth version with a lot of improvements. But I enjoyed it a lot, and I mean a lot. The combination was really good, and I tried this Hollow May stack on other headphones as well from Odyssey because it was their booth, but it sounded natural. It sounded expansive. The vocals were really nice. It was not warm but real. Good textures. Good impact, good dynamics, especially macro dynamics. The micro, I didn't have time or not necessarily time, but it was kind of loud, so you need some a quiet place to understand the micro dynamics. But it overall, it sounded amazing. And I actually tried LCD5 with the Hollow May stack, and it's the first time I actually understood those headphones because I listened to them here a couple of times in Bucharest, and I must say I felt like they chose another path with the headphones than I expected from Odyssey, because Odyssey was mostly from musicality, engagement, and enjoying big listening time of many hours of music. With LCD5, I felt like they were concentrating more on detail retrieval, and they switch a bit from the frequency response. It was more it's more concentrated on upper mid range and treble, but and I felt like sometimes they were a bit shouty, right? And with this amplifier, I actually enjoyed LCD5 a lot, and it brought up the bass. The bass woke up, right? I didn't feel it shouty anymore. It was really engaging, really detailed. It was a pleasure to listen to, and maybe it's a part of the matching, of course. And I definitely want to listen to SD5 more, and I'm actually thinking of getting a Bliss amplifier from Hollow myself because it was that good. And maybe an LCD5 hopefully, but I need to chill down a bit. Again, this is the Hollow May stack. Amazing. I loved it a lot. And this is another amplifier which is actually it took my attention in München. It's the HM1 amplifier from Tal, and listened to it with the LCD5 first, and I had a similar experience to what I told you before. It's actually it's the first time I managed to understand the LCD5 headphones, and I managed to hear this amplifier with other headphones as well from Dan Clark. I listened to I believe it was Focal Utopia 2 and the Stealth, and I didn't manage to listen to Expanse, but Stealth, mostly Stealth. It was amazing. I think it's a really nice amplifier. It's the fact that you have a lot of control on how it sounds, and you have a lot of versatility to reach your taste, right? To go to your taste levels. So I liked it a lot. It's one of the three amplifiers four that I liked at München. The first one is Bliss from Holo. This is the second one because I'm saying the second one because they are very similar in performance. Maybe this one takes a little bit more, but the price difference is a lot between Bliss and ZM1 and HM1, but and the fact that it's hard to get the HM1 because you have a very long wait time to get it. The third one was actually from Selkis Audio, the one that I showed you before. It was the Envy, really good tube amplifier. I listened to both ZMF headphones and to Susvaras, Hi-Fi Man Susvaras. And it was nice, very good actually. One of the best I heard in Munchen. So three amplifiers that I heard here that actually remained in my head. And another one would be, I didn't have a lot of time to listen to it, but it was really impressive. It was the Enleum and I listened to it to the Expanse, to Dan Clark Expanse. Let's go back to Odyssey. The Sierra BNs. I wanted to listen to them for a while now, and this is the first time I managed to do so. They were paired with a Malvalve headphone amplifier. And they were a really nice surprise for me. I mean, I don't think until this point I'd never heard an electrostatic headphones to have so much impact, so much bass, and to also have the benefits of an electrostatic headphones: the clarity, the transparency, the details, the soundstage, the speed, and everything. It was a really good experience. One of the best experience I had with electrostatic headphones in general. Really good headphones. Again, the M500. I would love to have more time with them because they impressed me a lot. And as I said, I will probably get the Maxwell for not probably. I will surely get the Maxwell for gaming and movies. Let's go to the next one. Of course, Orpheus 2 from Sennheiser. I was really lucky with this one. Really, really lucky. Because I was at the end of the second day and managed to find the booth. It was right in front of my face. I've been circling around there for many, many times, but somehow I missed them. And I managed to get to them exactly near the closing of the second day. And for some reason, nobody was actually queuing for listening. So sorry, Zios, he was listening to the Orpheus 2 right in front of me, and he was kicked out because he stayed too long or something like that. So they will give this headphone to me to listen next, and after that nobody came to in the queue. So I had, I think, 15 minutes to listen to these headphones and choose my own music and make an impression. They sounded amazing. At one point, I was taken by surprise. they were so emotional. They managed to bring so much emotion in such a short manner in myself that a tear just burst from me. It was amazing. I mean, the clarity, the transparency, the details, the the bass on these electrostatic headphones, the how everything is put together in a very musical, realistic way. How every chord is vibrating. I was listening to the cello and I heard the core vibrating, the entire body of the cello. Wow! And it was a very good experience. It was a privilege to listen to these headphones. Um, it's only the second time when actually I got teared up, and the first time was with Orpheus One and I'm talking about showrooms, audio shows, because it's hard to listen properly to when it's loud, but this time wow, what can I say? They are the most expensive, but for the moment I think they actually are the best. Um, and another thing, another headphones or products that I wanted to listen to are from Dan Clark. I wanted to get to these headphones for a while now, and I listened to Stealth, Expanse, and their electrostatic headphones. Um, the I listened to Stealth and Expanse on the Enleum amplifier, really good amplifier, and I must say I was really impressed by both Expanse and the Stealth version. Um, the Expanse, I would love to hear them at home because I want to make a better impression on my system and what they can do, but they seem to have an incredible potential. Um, they were really, let's say, natural, detailed. They have a lot of dynamics and a really good soundstage. And this, to some degree, was actually also true happening for the Stealth as well. Uh, the Stealth was actually a little bit more fun because you had a little bit more bass. They were warmer. The soundstage was amazing for closed headphones as well. And the build quality is, how can I put this? But I was having them in my hands, looking at them from side to side, and they were just a pleasure to look at and to feel them in your hands. They're so well built and they're so comfortable. I mean, they're something else in this department. I really like them. Also, I listened to this is the Expanse. I listened to the electrostatic headphones. Overall, good experience. But I think I prefer the dynamic versions, the planners. Um, of course, you have the advantages of electrostats, but the bass and the low notes were not as impressive as with the others. And let's go a bit to a few others from the headphone world, because I listen to many other things, but and taking some pictures of them, and I'm gonna go through them fast. The Kane 300 MK2 was a really good amplifier that also got my attention. They were actually coupled with the Mesa Elites, really good sound, impressive. They had the magic tube sound, but also technical magical tube sound. Another interesting finding was the RZTech headphones. They sound big, engaging, powerful. I think they're good headphones, but I need more time to make an impression about them. I think these were the best from them. This was the most impressive, the Charybdis. Another very good amplifier at this show was actually, and I forgot to mention it in the first part, and I would say that takes the top in München, and well, in the top in München, not necessarily the top, but in the top four. This is the Ferrum amplifiers, the OR, and I actually had it for at home for one entire week, and I love the amplifier. The fact that I listened to it from Susvara to HAE 1000 SC, Elites, DT 880, HD 650s, and so on. I mean, what I liked about this amplifier, it sounded good on everything. It just, I don't know, it adapts and it sounds great on every headphone that I've thrown at it. And this was actually true on the for the show as well, because I listened to a variety of other headphones that I listened to in other systems at the show, and this amplifier, the Ferrum amplifier, actually got the most out of the headphones compared to the other systems. And as you can see, I listened to the 8000 Pro Edition. I listened to SD5, and also a great combination. And I don't have the picture here, but I listened to a bunch of other headphones. I will talk about them later. The RAL headphones, the closed RAL version, another closed, the one that actually had some ear cups. It was really good. I mean, this amplifier adapts to any headphone you throw at it, and it just brings it to life. And of course, it was actually a very good combination with Susvara, and you know that it's hard to drive the Susvara well. I like this amplifier a lot. Another thing that I wanted to show is this is a Perun, I think, electrostatic headphones from Russia, I think, and this is Zavalinka Records. I did not expect for me to like tape sounds, but I listened to some classical music on it, and I must say I was actually impressed. It was an interesting experience for sure. Give me a second. Yeah. This was another interesting find for me. It was the ADV Turbo in-ear headphone, and these are the headphones here. I must say they were not they were not very let's say they were not taking the main stage there, because they were near some big booths like Meze and Astor and Kern. These guys only have these headphones, but I'm really happy that I went there and I listened to them, because it was a surprise. They had very good soundstage for an in-ear. They had the natural sound. They had very good impact, bass, good vocals. One of the best actually in-ears that I've heard so far, and I must admit I was actually surprised and impressed by this product. This is also the Kane that I discussed earlier. This is the HA300 and K2 with the Elites. This is the Kane booths. I enjoyed it all. I mean, I think they do good amplifiers. Another surprise for me, and you know that I'm a Headphone fan. I own the HA100 SE, and I like the Susvaras as well, and the Arias and some other headphones they have done in the past, they manufactured in the past. So I'm not going to get into the others, because I think that, well, the booth here, their booth here, I think required. I would have went with other system to present the headphones. That's just me. I've heard their headphones on better systems, and I know what the headphones can do, and the headphones that not necessarily showed their potential. But the most impressive thing that I was actually surprised there was the in-ear headphones, the wireless ones, the R2R. I think they sounded really really good. They have also noise cancelling, and it was a perfect environment to test the noise cancelling. Of course, it's not comparable to Bose or Sony for in that department, but the sound quality was actually quite impressive. And I would try to listen to them more and get them for a review or something like that, because I enjoyed it. And again, these are the RAL headphones. This was really really good sound from my perspective. The detail, retrieval, the micro dynamics, the engagement, the timing, the speed. Loved the headphones. One thing that I did not necessarily like was the build quality. I mean, I think it's a almost $3,000 headphones, and yeah, they sound great. I mean, they sound good for that money, but the build quality is a little bit weird. You can see here the it's really basic, probably 3D printed or stuff like that, and the ear pads are really really basic. But I must admit, they sound amazing. Again, this is the Felkis, the top of the line, the NV amplifier. I enjoyed it a lot, and I listened to Susvara as well. And actually, Felkis Audio, I listened to all of their amplifiers, and all of them had something to give. And I think the most impressive ones were the NV, the top of the line, the entry level, which actually was a really really good match with the Mesa 109 Pro, and this was the next one that impressed me a lot. I mean, the other one from here was good, but I would say that you should go with the this version from Starters, because it had more magic, more to imagine, a bit of more soundstage, better presence, and so forth. And yeah, they drove the NV drove Susvara quite nicely. And this actually is the sorry for the mess in the order, but this is the headphone from Advu that I mentioned earlier, the in-ears that I mentioned, and that impressed me a lot. Also, let's talk about Roson Audio, the Rad Zero. I've been actually very curious about these headphones, because I know that they split from Audeze. And I noticed that Audeze has started with a very musical engaging presentation with like LCD2, and then, not saying that they did wrong what they did, but I feel that they changed a bit their philosophy and sound signature. If you hear now the latest Audezes, it will not sound like the first ones. I'm not saying, of course, they will sound better, but in terms of they changed their sound signature, and the Rad Zeros were actually reminded me of LCD2s and their sound at the beginning, but much better in terms of technicalities. And it was a really nice experience for me, because I think it's a very good headphone, and kept, let's say, the initial signature from Audeze, if you ask me. Of course, this is the Zal amplifier, the HM1 that I mentioned, and I listened to a bunch of other headphones with it, and it sounded really good. This is the Exquisite from RAL, and I didn't manage to listen to some bass on it, because I think might have some problems in terms of sub bass, because it's an open headphone, but I cannot confirm or deny that. However, I can say that it sounded amazing in terms of sound, of course, soundstage. It's like listening to speakers. But also the detail retrieval, and I listened to some cellos, and the not only the detail, but also the texture. It was really good. It was engaging. It was I think it's a really good headphone, but of course it's you need to, I mean, if you you need to be careful, because if you headbang, it might go off your head. But I enjoy the headphones. I would like to listen to it more in my own setup, but yeah, it has great potential. I think I liked it a lot. And this is another version of the closed the one, I forgot the name, but their lower tier one that actually has earbuds. I think it's good. It's very good, as I said before, and takes a lot from the flagship. And The only thing, again, is the, let's say, the build quality. But this case, I think the colors are considerably nicer. The earpads are mostly the problem in this case. And let's go to the flagship from Stax. This was one of the, I mean, besides Svara's, I think this was the best electrostatic headphones that I've listened to. The Sierra BNs are different. They are a little bit more, I mean, in terms of bass and presence, I think they might be better from that perspective, but the X9000s are very good from any point of view. I mean, they have really engaging bass from electrostatic. It's amazing. They have incredibly detailed retrievability, incredibly fast, transparent soundstage. I mean, one of the best experiences I had in my life with headphones. Yeah. Fortunately, you need the amplifier as well. You know, I think they're 7,000, and you also need an amplifier for them, and probably at least 10,000 to actually own this headphone. This is again Rad Zero. Love the headphones, and I think we actually finished the headphone section. So I hope that my impressions were helpful, and see you in the next episode that I'm gonna talk a bit about speakers. See you guys. Bye.